Yeah, here we go again. In our first video we showed the need to replace the acid board. Now in this one I'm going to show you how to do that and the way to go about putting your wires or your cord on, whichever you prefer. Again, with the cheap frame, could be any way. This one here is a very cheap bit of string that I don't know what you do with that normally, and you can see in there that it has rusty staples in there, and that's what happens. And they get that old and they fall apart. So there's really only one choice. Some people even choose to use one of these eyelet rings that screw in, and they've got their pitfalls because you can see how far your artwork would sit off the wall. Just not the way to go. So you've got a choice, really. They call them D's, which sit flat. For a bigger, heavy one, you might use that because you can put 2 screws in it, and you can even put chain on that and hang mirrors and things, whatever you want to do. Or there's a choice of D's, both about the same. One's just slightly bigger than the other. So we're going to use this smaller one on this little frame here. So the first thing, as I said in the first video, is if you've got to take out these hard framer points, just take them out very simply like that. And remember that I said to mark where that little hole would be. Take out the acid board, throw that in the bin. Your artwork goes in under the glass, and then we're going to use the foam core. Okay, so in goes the foam core, and we just slide these little fellas back where we said they'd be. Right there. Find something to push them in. You can use a screwdriver. I'm having a bit of trouble here because I'm in a hurry to show you what to do, so we're not going to go berserk with it. There we go. I'll replace that one just by pushing it back in. And now what we'll do is tape it. Now, framer's tape isn't cheap. It's probably about $10 or $12 a roll, but it's it's about a 75 metre roll. So it turns out fairly cheap. We just cut it off. Down it goes. Cut those little bits there and in. And you go around the 4 sides, obviously, like that. Nice and neat, stops the bugs getting into the dust, and done. Now let's do the next part here, is to put the hangers on. So as I said, we're going to use the little D. From the top of the artwork, you find a third. So this one is actually 30 deep, so we'll come down 10. Put a little mark there. The other side, as I say, I didn't bother taping this side because we don't want to spend a lot of time on showing you little things you don't need to know. There we go. In that goes there. Turning around because it's easier. Third the distance down. Put them in at a little angle floating up because we want to have a little bit of give in our wire. This is the easy part. In a granny knot. Pull it tight. 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 wraps around the wire, and trust me, that won't let go. Go past a little bit to tie with, cut it off, through, pull it tight, and that might sound a bit, because I said you need a little bit of give in it. By the time you then pull that knot tight, you've got about the right amount to hang it properly on the wall. Same thing, wrap it around there a few times. Slide it down and cut it off, and there you have it. Something secure. Now, what are the changes we've made? We haven't got these staples in there, or we haven't got D's hanging out of it. What we've replaced it with, these little Ds, they're worth about 10 cents each. And the wire to do this is probably about 50 cents. Cut it off trim, and you've got something that'll last you forever.